So how to get government money for real estate investing includes a number of different websites and programs that we're going to go over throughout this entire video that you can use potentially to help you get money for your real estate investing. You're going to discover today in this video how to intelligently leverage free government money. I said free in terms of grants and other opportunities that the ill-informed don't even know about. So this video right here may actually show you how to get tens of thousands of dollars to help you to invest in real estate that you didn't even know existed. So I suggest you watch it till the end because there's a lot of information and we're going to start on it right now. I'm going to tell you a story about a tenant of mine who never thought they could buy a home, and him and his daughter bought their first home after a 20-minute conversation with me in the parking lot outside of an apartment that they rented from me. And I'm going to show you how you can apply for these grants and this money and potentially get money and grants for your financial freedom and to help you build wealth. You know, most people don't even know about this stuff because nobody's ever told them, right? So the first grant we're going to talk about is first-time homebuyer grants. First-time homebuyer grants are offered locally, and they are essentially free money that the government provides in order to encourage people to own a home and stabilize community with homeowners. The idea here is that many people can't get over the hump of the down payment, and you might be one of them. And so these programs offer people like you with families just like yours money to get you started, to give you a leg up. You know, my parents helped a couple of my siblings to get started, to get a leg up right in their first house. Same with the government, okay? Not everybody has that opportunity. So these first-time homebuyer grants are available to you, and I'm going to tell you at the end of this video how to get them. The second one is called down payment assistance programs. These are programs that are designed to help bring in people who may not be able to afford their first home to be able to buy their first home. When you buy your first home, it helps to stabilize your family and gives you a place to live that you could call home instead of being a perpetual renter. And the goal of these programs, again, is to get people into a home. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac offer high loan-to-value loans. And although it doesn't give you 100% of the money, it gives you a higher loan to value when you buy investment property than you would in terms of buying a house. So when we're talking about investment property, Fannie and Freddie will give you loans that could be as high as 80% in some markets, 75% in order to get into your first home. Some lenders, I've seen them as high as 85% on multifamily. So again, you have to look for the money out there, but it's out there for you to get it. And Fannie and Freddie is a great place to start. They have a small multifamily loan balance program. So if the property isn't too big, they can offer you money and help you to get into your first home or your first investment property. The Federal Housing Authority offers money for first-time home buyers, 3.5% down typically, that would allow you to get into your first home or a 2 to 4 unit that you're going to live in, 3.5% down. So you can see there that you have a high amount of loan and a small amount of down payment, and that's a great source for money, especially for your first or just starting out to get into a house. VA, the Veterans Administration, offers no money down loans for veterans. No money down loans are available for those who've served in the military, and thank you for your service, and they are available to have one at a time typically in order to buy a home that you're going to live in. The VA loans is a zero down program, and it is something that is specifically tailored for veterans and would be available to you if you've served in our military. There are some grants that are available. One of them is called the Home Investment Partnership Program. These are grants for investment property which are specifically designed to rehabilitate investment property in order to provide housing. It basically focuses on health and safety and also mechanical issues like heating and air conditioning and things that need to be done in order to bring a property up to speed in terms of health and safety. And what I mean by health and safety, the electrical is safe. It has GFI plugs, which are the ones that don't shock you, right? And if you touch water, they shut off. You may be familiar with some of these in newer homes. They have a little button on them. And they also, for plumbing, non-scalding hot water. So when you turn the hot water on, it doesn't come out super hot and burn someone, right? Which can be a problem. There's ways you can change that plumbing so that doesn't happen. So these are things that are health and safety, and there are grants available under that program called the Home Investment Partnership Program, which is specifically designed to help you to fix properties. If you're a law enforcement officer, firefighter, a teacher, and other professions, there is a program. It's called the Good Neighbor Next Door program. And that program can help reduce your payment of up to 50% of what you pay for the house. So let's say you're buying a house for $200,000. That grant may offer you as much as $100,000 for you to get the house, because they want to put these professionals into the area in which they work to give them an opportunity to be amongst the people they work. So if a school teacher has to go to work at the school and has to travel an hour each way, if we could help that school teacher get closer to the community for where he or she teaches and provides services and education, it would be more beneficial to the community. And that's why these programs are for. They're basically designed to encourage people to live closer into the community where they work and live. So if you commit to living in the home for at least 3 years, you can receive up to 50% of the price of the home in a grant with these programs. I sold a home in California years ago to a city planner, and the city gave that city planner a $50,000 grant in order to buy the home, because he didn't have enough cash to get in. And rather than have him live far away from the city, he now lived in the city for which he worked. So that's what we're talking about, those type of scenarios. So the next one I'm going to tell you about, you got to subscribe first. I'm not going to tell you. Okay, make sure you subscribe so that we can engage and help one another. I want to help you to learn to make money, to invest in real estate, to create financial freedom. So please subscribe, like, comment, and let me know what you think of the videos, and let's keep going, okay? First-time homebuyer grants are forgivable over time. This is a situation where you will get a grant, and as the longer you live in the property, they get rid of it. One of my staff members got this grant for her and her kids when they bought their first home. They had to live in the home 8 years. Each year they lived in the home, they owed less and less of the grant. Well, she's lived in the house 10 years now, so the grant has been completely forgiven. And guess what? All of that equity from that paid off debt now belongs to her and her husband and her family. You see the benefit of this program? Now, if you didn't know about this, you would never have gotten this money that's available potentially to you if you qualified and you fit into the scenario that they lend on. And they're out there. So you have to look and you have to be informed to find them, okay? So these are some of the places that you can get these type of grants, and this is what they're called. There's also a grant called the Emergency Repair Grant. And that emergency repair grant is for emergencies. If there's been a disaster or something's happened to a home or something catastrophic like the roof fell in or whatever, these grants can help give you money to fix these properties right away. And these are available for you as well through the grant system with the U.S. government. We also have state grants and local county grants. So always search for grants, for government grants. These are the names of some of them, but they're out there for you to get. If you're in a rural community or you're a farmer, there's grants specific to your industry to be able to help you with your housing or your farm and so forth. So depending on the industry you're in, like we talked about the one grant for firefighters, teachers, police officers, right? The Good Neighbor program. There may be programs specific to your industry or to your location that are specifically designed to help you to get the money you need to buy real estate and stabilize yourself financially by owning rental real estate or a home you live in, where the grant is forgiven over time, allowing you to build equity, almost like a 401k where the employer contributes some and you contribute some, and over time it becomes a lot. In this case, the grant contributes some and you contribute some, and your contribution is that you live there and you pay the taxes on the property and you pay the mortgage on the property, and over a period of time those grants go away in terms of you having to pay them back. So in the next video we're going to talk about how to find private lenders for real estate. So maybe you can get a grant and we'll show you how to find a private lender if maybe you got poor credit or you don't think you can qualify for a regular loan. Let's find some other sources for you to get money. So we're going to talk about it in the next video. I'll see you there.